A very good morning. EURUSD has started to drop in towards the downside after finally tapping into that daily area and 4-hour area of supply. As we can see, the equal highs which I mentioned in yesterday's videos have now been taken out, and the real downside push for now seems to be occurring. At the moment here we have 4-hour demand which is still in control, but once this fractal low here breaks on the 4-hour time frame, I'll be looking for that overall downside continuation on EURUSD to take out these ascending lows, and eventually potentially also that NFP low. As we can see, we've had a beautiful price pattern in towards the highs, with high number 1 being established, high number 2, high number 3, and we're now looking for the overall deeper correction in towards the downside. Elliott wave theorists, or some of you who do not know what that is, don't worry, it's not really that relevant, but what you can pretty much see is drive number 1, pull back 2, drive number 3, pull back 4, drive number 5, and now we're looking for kind of like what's called an ABC correction in towards the downside. So let's see if anything in that regard happens here on euro dollar. We're currently again inside of that daily imbalance which we've been highlighting for a very long time, and now once the 4-hour fractal structure shifts, I would have more confidence in those potential shorts just starting to play out here for euro against the dollar. So keep an eye on that potential trade that we have over there. In the meantime, the dollar is pushing up higher after a retracement into that area of demand. At the moment, what we're currently waiting for is for the overall structure to shift here on the 4-hour time frame for the dollar. Currently, the most important part is that the fractal high here starts to break. Once that high gets taken out, then we can have an overall further push in towards the highs, taking out this overall descending trend line. So that's what I'm currently waiting for as well, for the dollar to continue to overall route up higher. The chart may seem very messy, but I promise you it's extremely simple. All we are currently looking at here on the daily time frame is the fact that we have the overall sell before the buy. That is, let's say, confidence point number 1. Then confidence point number 2 is obviously the fractal structure that is bullish. The market then retraces in towards discount prices, so underneath the 0.5 fib. In this particular situation, we've already retraced all the way back down into the 786. The weekly fractal is still bullish. So now from a 4-hour perspective, all we are simply waiting for is for the overall market to confirm that it wants to head up higher. We can kind of see that we have this descending pattern here. I'm now just looking for the overall breakout in towards the upside to take out these descending highs. So for me, the dollar remains a potential bullish scenario within this daily area of demand, and I'm looking for that overall upside continuation. So this is kind of like really the last, let's say, phase where the dollar has potential to go up, because obviously we want this fractal low to be protected and us to trade back up in towards that NFP high. So this is a very good area of value for those potential dollar longs, meaning an AUDUSD short is also potentially coming up. As we can see here, the daily fractal is bearish, with this being the fractal high, this being the fractal low. Here we had the breaker structure down. Now obviously we've retraced back up into premium pricing and in towards these 2 wicks here, which is kind of like your daily area of supply. Now on the 4-hour time frame, this is a buy up for a strong sell down. In addition to that, this supply zone is strong due to the fact that it took out this little previous high here. So it liquidated before dropping in towards the downside. Now what's happened for AUDUSD is that at the moment we're reacting to this supply zone, and we're currently seeing the 4-hour fractal break. So for myself, this is now the confirmation to look for some potential further downside on AUDUSD, yeah, it is looking good so far. The pound against the dollar remains strong for now, as we had some good pound data on GDP month-on-month growth this morning. Furthermore, this afternoon, guys, we have inflation data coming out, but GBPUSD, just like the other dollar pairs, should drop if we see the dollar overall rise. Now, what we've gotten here is that GBPUSD has taken out this overall swing high. So there is potential now for a deeper correction in towards the downside, and that would confirm once the fractal low here breaks. So I'm looking for an overall fractal low break here on GBPUSD, and then an overall steeper correction in towards the downside for this in towards today. So let's see if we can get that as well. I'll be monitoring the lower time frame. For me, yeah, after taking out this liquidity high, there's now potential for that deeper retracement. So keep an eye on the 1-hour time frame as well. Can we get that 1-hour fractal break in towards the downside? We now come back up, grab the internal liquidity, so now just waiting for the current fractal low to break. Going into NZDUSD, we can also see that this is very similar to AUDUSD. AUDUSD is, however, a little bit cleaner in the sense that it has better fractal structure. And why that is, I'm going to explain in a second. All you pretty much need to understand is that we are currently consolidating within an overall range. Okay, so this here is the range low, and then this here is the range high. We extend the zone to the left, and this is the zone that we're looking at. Now, what's happened is that the market came above the overall zone to fake out on the overall high. And now what we're looking for is for the market to come back down to the lower bound of the overall range. Now, on the daily time frame, the fractal is bearish from this fractal high in towards this fractal low. Draw in a Fibonacci retracement tool, and you will see that the market retraces into premium pricing, being the 618. Now, here on the lower time frame, being the 4 hour, you can then see that the market came back all the way up to take out this liquidity high. This is the exact liquidity high right underneath this area of supply. So now what I'm simply just looking at is to see if this supply zone is now ready to push the market down lower. You can see we just didn't tap into that supply zone, but on AUDUSD, we in fact actually did. So AU is now, in my opinion, kind of like the better option in the sense that it's already retraced into supply, and it's a strong supply because it took out that liquidity high as I mentioned, and NZDUSD just missed that connection. But obviously once NZDUSD breaks the 4 hour fractal, then shorts will definitely come into play. But AUDUSD is already breaking the fractal, so I'll mainly focus on that pair as AU and NU pretty much move in sync. Then moving on into USD Swiss, USD Yen and Gold. USD Swiss in itself, perfect analysis. You guys know it. If you've been watching the market outlooks, you know what I've been calling in the sense that we've just been consolidating within this range. Now, what you kind of see happening here is that fake out on the range high, fake out on the range low. Now, the actual kind of like range high that I took was this one over here and this zone over here. Now, if you watch back yesterday's video, you'll see that I mentioned look for longs after taking out this low. Now that has happened here on the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame. Especially on the 15-minute time frame, we got the change of character, potentially giving you some entry confirmation to take that long. So from here, I'm looking for some more upside. USD Yen has dropped to the bottom of the C. This is also kind of in line with what I mentioned. I said yesterday on the live stream inside Discord, especially that this demand zone seemed very fake. I hope I also mentioned it in the market outlook, but this is also kind of like a fake support and resistance level to go long. Like I just really didn't trust it, and yeah, it seems that we had a good instinct because we've now taken out these lows. UJ, personally, I wouldn't really want to be trading it. The yen is currently very strong, so just look for maybe a deeper correction on that. USD CAD, I've got a lot of requests for this pair. This pair is looking good for some further upside. Yeah, focus on those longs in my opinion, and especially once the 4 hour fractal high breaks here, then you can just play the over continuation higher. Gold itself has been extremely choppy, guys. Very difficult pair to trade. Obviously, we've been consolidating already since April. Now, focusing just, let's say, on the direct price action that we have at hand, we can see that we made the overall retracement exactly into that daily demand zone, the daily sell before the buy. 4 hour time frame wise, we took out the liquidity that we highlighted, and since then we've pretty much been respecting the 4 hour fractals up higher. So I'm just looking for this to continue up higher until the 4 hour fractals shift again. So that's what I have for gold. Gold at the moment is extremely choppy, so stay safe on this one. But overall, yeah, buys are looking like the better option there. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. We're going live at 2:30 for the New York session. Hope to see you there. Thanks, and speak soon.